she was lonely. A lot of people don't understand how when you become that successful, it's not overnight. So it's all the tours and everything else that happens. So one time she called and said, come to London. I'm just so lonely. It's like, Whitney, I had a writing session with this writer not in Barcelona, but in Brazil. And so I said, Whitney, I got to be in Brazil. She said, well, just come for a couple of days. And then, long story short, I remember I flew to London, and she was a nighttime person. She was a vampire. I went talking to like 5 a.m. and then don't get up till 1 p.m. And so I went, just sat there, we talked, laughed, and then the next day she was going to Paris. And she said, we were having tea. And she said, boy, it'd be nice if somebody just would go with me to Paris on the train. I said, Whitney, I'm not going to Paris on the train. So you can stop that. But I ended up going to Paris on the train.
You going to Paris, yeah.
And so while in Paris, she said, come to Germany. I said, that's when it stops. I got to go to Brazil. So I remember, and this was classic, and this is always, sometimes this brings me to tears, because it was just those moments. And so she was late to the concert. I left the concert and I told them, tell her I said bye, and I'll talk to her later. I went to the airport and I couldn't get on the flight because on that day, the government had changed their policies and you had to have a visa to go to Brazil. And I was that day. And I was like, you gotta be kidding. I was angry and I was like, oh. So I went back to the concert. She was on stage and she was good. She started singing How Will I Know? That was one of my favorite songs. And so the music was playing and I was down in the audience right near the stage on the left side and Whitney was on the right side and she started singing. She said, there's a boy. And she saw me. She said, I know. He's the one I dreamed of. Miss Joe Plain, Miss Joe Plain. Kept
it rolling, right?
Kept it rolling. Nobody knew. She just had a conversation.
I love that.
Oh, by the way, I see you. Welcome to Germany, baby.
That was good.
night.